energy 22, the last one, the Fool. Freedom, fun, presence, here and now. So this energy is about the higher spiritual freedom. Of course, it's about freedom just on a very earthly level, right? The ability of having freedom and giving freedom to other people, giving that freedom to yourself. If you, for any reason, feel that you don't have freedom, that energy is probably out of balance for you, because no one can give you freedom but yourself. If you internally don't feel freedom, that's something, the kind of work that you can and should do. Because the energy of the Fool, the highest spiritual level, when you get to that level of inner and outer freedom, then you're really highly developed in your spiritual work. And lack of freedom, if there is any internal feeling that you cannot choose what is it that you want, if you think that you have to do something or you cannot do something, whatever it is that you want, then, you know, that's the lesson for you there, right there, for you to figure out what is it that's holding you back. Is it fears? Is it, you know, so many things potentially, but yeah, having internal freedom is very, very important for this energy. Any kind of addiction to anything, any kind of dependency is, or like, you know, cage, is going to make you feel very, very uncomfortable and out of balance. And finding the way how to provide that feeling of freedom for yourself, how to gain that feeling of freedom for yourself, and knowing that you are the one who's actually making choices for yourself in your life. You know, you're always have the choice, even if it feels like you don't. You have the freedom to choose whatever you want for your life. And I know that in many cultures it hasn't been like that, and there's been times where people were taken their freedom. So it's sort of like in many people's DNA, you know, to have that feeling that I don't have a choice. But in our world now, you know, rarely that happens. In our world now, that doesn't happen that often anymore, but because it's in our DNA, we still can feel that way, because generation after generation, people sort of like teach, you know, their children to do things that they have to do, not to do things that they want to do. And it's very important for this energy to be able to freely live their life. And this energy is also like, people who carry this energy, they're very fun. They are like adult children, you know, they're like to laugh and always very light-hearted people. It's actually a pleasure, you know, and fun for other people to be around them. So it's very important for you not to lose that child's like that inner child of yours. Let that inner child play, let that inner child come through you, and never lose that, you know. This is something that connects in a way to that freedom, right? Because children, they don't think about like all of the limitations, all of the I have to stay calm later in life. Children are free of their expression, they're free of everything, they're free to laugh and cry and do whatever they want. Of course, if this energy goes out of balance, there is no such a thing as too much freedom, but that freedom can have like a little bit of toxic expression. So you don't want that. You don't want to, you know, harm yourself or harm others with that freedom. If freedom does not mean neglecting your life, freedom does not mean being irresponsible, right? But it means to really take responsibility for your life fully, so you do create choices for yourself. You make sure that you are not dependent on anything. For that, you have to keep it both, your inner child happy, at the same time, you know, be fully in your responsible adult. And this is like a balance of that game, right? But creating choices for yourself, so creating independence for yourself, creating freedom for yourself, that is the highest expression of freedom. And not necessarily like doing, you know, even stupid things because I can. That is out of balance energy. And sometimes people who carry this energy, yeah, I have seen that, they can go into that. They can go into a total, like, no responsibility for anything. They just like flowing in life, whatever it takes them. But they have addictions. They have sort of like their inner child takes the drive seat completely, so they don't have any feeling that whatever happens in their life is also, you know, their own creation. They just like flow, but the flow goes toxic. So the line there is very fine, but it's there. And being present, being here and now, it is something that this energy wants to be in balance, because again, that lightheartedness, that energy of stepping into the new, you know, that kind of like light and brave and a little bit of a foolish energy, it does require you to be present in your life, be here and now. So if you carry this energy, make sure to give yourself that inner freedom. It all comes from you, you know, from your internal, and make sure to explore new things, to have like that child like mind sometimes, when it comes to trying new things and moving in life, not to become too stagnant, you know, and just have like that lightheartedness in you. But at the same time, make sure you're not completely just going into the immature way of living life, because that would be not a balanced situation for you.